Welcome to this week's edition of the Jets Out of Video blog series. This week we're going to review the Patriots game and preview the Dolphins. All right, Tyson. The Jets shocked many last week by almost beating the New England Patriots and playing really well. Can you count this as a moral victory?
A moral victory? What is a moral victory? Tell me what a moral victory is. I want to know what that is. We heard about it for the last, 3 days? What is a moral victory to you? What is that? Is a loss a loss? At the end of the day, what did they do?
You are your record.
Did they lose?
Parcells, you are what
No,
your
but
record
did
is.
they lose? Did they lose
lost.
the game?
They lost that game.
It was a huge game, so they want to get credit for playing well against a good team. Good for you. Pat in the back. Good job. What happened? You lost the game. That's what happened. I'm not going to give them credit for showing up. They're not some rebuilding team with some young quarterback trying to figure things out. They're supposed to be a good team. So they finally showed up. Whip-de-doo. Did you win the game? No, you didn't. So now you blew a great opportunity to beat a good team and get in first place in the AFC East. And you want credit for that? No dice with me. I don't buy it. I think it's a bad loss for them. They should have won the game. It would have been a huge lifting for the team emotionally, statistically. I mean, for tiebreakers, for the playoffs, for the division, for every possible playoff scenario, it would have been a great win. And now that you lost it, it hurts you in many aspects. So moral victory, I don't believe in them. The NFL is a week-by-week, it's a week-by-week deal. You lost it, you blew it. No. No.
All right, let's move to Sanchez. He took a beating this week in the media. We're the first to put
I'm a Sanchez guy. I've
right.
admitted that many
Right.
times.
But this week, it was really bad. Do you think he deserved it?
I think he did because, well, yes and no. There's my answer. Because the first half, that one pass, he underthrew Stephen Hill in the end zone, which is brutal. A terrible throw. He's got to make those throws. Enough making excuses, enough hearing about clean up your mistakes. You got to start making those throws. You got to stop taking sacks. I mean, it's like throw the ball away. You're not a first-year player. When you see the pass rush and nobody's open, get rid of the ball. And the other thing is, when you're falling on your knees, don't try throwing the friggin' ball. What are you trying to do? You're not Michael Vick. You're not RG3. Take the friggin' sack and stop trying to make some miracle play. It's not going to work. Now, with that being said, the second half he played great. He made great passes. And if Stephen Hill catches the ball, which was the worst drop probably in the history of the Jets, hit him right in his hands. These guys, they make the plays. It's a whole different ball game. So second half he played fine. So you have this is probably a summary of Sanchez's career as a Jet. You have the highs and the lows. You have the good Sanchez and the bad Sanchez, and you saw them both last week. Unfortunately, the bad Sanchez in the first half killed him. The good Sanchez in the second half helped him, and then his team didn't help him out. So he's taking a beating now. If I'm going to beat on somebody in terms of the scale of who's going to get the most responsibility, I'm going Tony Sparano first, Stephen Hill and his horrific drop, and then I'm going to Sanchez. That's just me, though.
All right, well, how do you feel about the way Tim Tebow was used last week?
What a joke that is. You know what? I'm so tired of hearing Rex Ryan and everybody talk about Tim Tebow. You have Tim Tebow inside the 10-yard line. He could be the most dangerous threat in the NFL because can he throw the ball? He can run the ball. What do they do with him? They're on the 1-yard line. Does he come in the game? No. Sanchez is in the game, and he's throwing the ball to boot. Why? Put Tebow in the game and use him however you want. But now when they use him, it's the same friggin' play every goddamn time. He gets a snap right to him, and he runs straight forward. What is that going to do? You know it's coming. We've seen it 80,000 times this season, and it gets you 3 yards. How about this? How about you let him go behind center and run some kind of option? Give him somebody to hand the ball off to. How about you try to fool somebody instead of fooling yourself because nobody's buying the nonsense you're putting on the field right now. They're not using him the right way, and then when they do bring him in, it makes absolutely no sense. Sanchez is on fire in the second half. He's throwing the ball all over the place, getting first downs. Then they bring in Tebow on 30-yard line, 1st and 10. For what reason? All right, he lost 2 yards. Now it's 2nd and 12. It makes no sense. Use him in the red zone. Use him in short yardage. Use him on the goal line. I think Tony Sparano has absolutely no clue how to use this guy, and it's just ridiculous. It's just so ridiculous now. It's beyond frustrating.
All right, we'll talk about Tony Sparano. You said
I can't stand him. I'm so done with his play calling. It's ridiculous. It's play calling, it's time management. He has no idea how to use Tim Tebow. I mean, and then it's like, how about you use your assets? Jeremy Curley is exploding. Why not throw some slant patterns at Jeremy Curley? No, we throw him at Chaz Schillens. 3 times in a row throwing slant patterns at Chaz Schillens. You know what he does? He drops the ball or he can't get out of coverage. It's just like use your weapons. Use Dustin Keller, use Curley. But Tony Sparano's got no clue how to use his weapons, no clue how to use Tebow, his game management is horrific. That's either him or Rex or the ghost of Herman Edwards, whoever it is.
You said clock management. Is that on your OC or your head coach?
It's somebody. I mean, nobody's ever take blame for it. They're going to point the fingers. They don't know how to use timeouts. They don't know how to use a 2-minute warning. The substitutions are a disaster. It's like nobody's ever take accountability for it, but somebody's doing it. So my odds is Tony Sparano. I don't think he knows how to call a game. I mean, there's times where, on first down, if the running game is stuck, how about play action pass? How do you change things up? It's so damn predictable. And the times where you can use your team the most on short, like 3rd and 1, Tebow, people in the backfield, it's just, you can't stop them. And they're just, they keep screwing it up. And it's on Sparano, and it's so frustrating because they have potential now to do things, and they're just killing themselves repeatedly.
All right, let's talk about something positive. Dustin Keller, his return, how's it improved the offense?
It's been great. It helps spread the offense out. I mean, Cumberland's hurt now, but Sanchez has a safety blanket back. It spreads the field out. Curley's getting open. It's helping everybody out. He's a better blocker than Manny Mo and Jack they used to have there. So it's helping everybody out. He had a great game last week, probably 90-something yards receiving. It's been a huge help. And Curley's exploding too. Curley had a great day. But it's like it could be better if they use them correctly, and they're not doing that.
All right, well, defensively, the Jets did pretty good. That was one of the strengths. They held their own against that really amazing, prolific Patriots offense, which is number 1 in the NFL in scoring right now. What are your thoughts on the defense?
The defense did well. Once again, they struggled against covering tight ends. I mean, the one thing you've learned last week is the linebackers are slower than hell. I mean, you can name them. Pace, Thomas, Bart Scott, David Harris, whoever it is, they're too slow. Demario Davis came in and did a good job, but he's inexperienced. He's a rookie. He's going to make mistakes. And then Landry and Bell were exposed too last week. And Landry's fast, but they still can't cover tight ends. And the biggest thing on the defense, what they did really well, slowing them down. The game on the line in the fourth quarter and in overtime, they could not prevent a field goal. For whatever reason, they went to a prevent defense or a cover defense, which they call it. And next thing you know, Wes Welker's being covered by linebackers. And there's guys open all over the place. The pass rush went away and everything else. Game on the line, the defense fell apart. So, I mean, they held their own. I mean, for a good part of the game, Brady was, not getting sacked, but he was getting hit. He was getting hurried. Cromartie was awesome. Isaiah Trufant was incredible in coverage. So they did well, but game on the line and in overtime, they could not make plays to stop them.
You faced some of the best tight ends in the league. I mean, it is what it is. The Patriots use their tight ends better than anyone in this league. How do you, and you're, the Fasano, who's having a very good season as well, next week. How do you correct this tight end problem?
You need speed. I mean, they got to inherit speed somewhere. If he means training Demario Davis how to cover tight end and put Antonio Allen, but the linebackers the Jets have right now, their sideline to sideline speed is just not there. So then you have, they're blowing coverage is a problem, but their speed and linebacker, other than Davis and a couple of young guys that are right, you got to find other alternatives. So they put Kyle Wilson on him last week, which was Kyle Wilson's still Kyle Wilson. So, but you got to find different solutions. What they're doing right now is not going to work.
Well, looking at the defense, were there any positives? Was there a player or two that stuck out to you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Copels is making his mark. I mean, he's no Vernon Golson, that's for damn sure. Isaiah Trufant is probably not going to get nowhere near enough credit than he should get. His coverage was awesome. I mean, and Cromartie is still playing at a high level. Wilkerson. I mean, the defense held their own. I mean, they put the Jets' offense in position to win the game. The offense fell apart, put the ball back in the hands of the defense, and defense is going to get tired. You can only have them on the field so many times a game before they start wearing down. So, but they've had some good players there. They're doing some things.
All right, let's move on to the Dolphins. Huge game, huge divisional game.
Yes.
Are we at a must-win game?
Absolutely, no doubt. You can't lose this game. My biggest concern with this game right now is there's a huge chance for an emotional letdown. The Jets put their heart and soul in last week. They sold out to win that game because they had to. Now they lost it. Now they're going to lick their wounds a little bit and they're going to come home. Are they going to be flat? It's a home game, but with the crowd the way it is now, there's going to be a lot of Dolphin fans there. They can't sell tickets, whatever else. There's a chance they can come out very flat. This is a must-win game. They cannot lose this game. They lose this game going into the bye. It's another conference loss, a division loss. Then you're heading out to Seattle, which is going to be no easy game whatsoever. There's no doubt about this. It's a must-win game. You can't walk away without a loss.
All right, let's talk about the Dolphins' defense. just like the Patriots. Very simple.
Same exact game plan.
Do you go in with the same game plan?
The same exact game plan. They can stop the run. Right. They can't stop the pass. It's the same exact thing. So what you need to do is the same thing as the Patriots. You've got to impose your will at the line of scrimmage. You've got to run the ball, smash them out football. They ran the ball against the Patriots. They can run the ball against the Dolphins too. Commit to it. Now it doesn't Kelrich help, but you got to pound the ball. You have to do that. You can't just come out and say, Eric Sanchez, here we come. You've got to run the ball, establish things. And if you get your 3 or 4 yards, then you can do your play action pass. Then you can use Curly and everybody else. But you can't just abandon the running game because your defense is good. You can't do it.
All right, well, let's switch to the defense. Reggie Bush has had a just rejuvenated year. Yep. Maybe comeback player of the year type status at this point.
If he doesn't get hurt,
He's their offense. How do you stop him?
We didn't last time. That's for damn sure. The Jets got lucky last time that Reggie Bush got hurt because he was running all over them. Their offense, between running the ball and catching the ball out of the backfield, that's what he does. He's got to be, public enemy number 1 for the Jets. You have to find ways to slow him down. If that means stack the box, stack the box. I mean, you've got to find ways to slow him down. There's no ways. If he starts getting off 5-6 yards a clip, then a play action pass is open. They'll get Hartline, Fasano, Best, whoever else they want to throw the ball to. The Jets are going to be in trouble.
And it looks like Tannehill's getting better every week.
Tannehill's been solid.
And he's developed quite a combo with Brian Hartline, who's having like a Pro Bowl season.
He is. He's having a monster year.
Is he good enough to where you put Cromartie on him?
You have to. I mean, if you look at the size, I think Cromartie's a size to match up with Hartline. I mean, Best is a decent receiver. You could probably put Kyle Wilson on him. But at this point, you got to use Cromartie like you use Revis. He's playing that well, where it's like you take their best weapon and put him on there. I mean, that's me personally. That's what I would do. I mean, if you want, why would you waste that talent that you have right now?
Right.
I mean, so it's stop Bush, put pressure on Tannehill, and put Cromartie on Hartline. I mean, that should be the formula.
And let's touch on Fasano a little bit.
Big dude.
I think that's the biggest X factor in this game.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's going to be a concern. But if you look at the last game, I mean, the Jets, you can't self-destruct. You just got to play smart football. He's still a rookie quarterback. While he's talented at making plays, he can be confused. Rex Ryan's got to use. Mike Penton's got to use different schemes, different looks. Find ways to confuse him a little bit. But the key is stopping the run. If you can't stop Reggie Bush, it could be a long day.
All right. Well, that was a mouthful this week, but give me a prediction.
You tell I'm pissed off, dude. I'm so tired of this team playing like that. Prediction for this week. Again, my concern is an emotional letdown. We've seen this as a Jet fan over the years. You've seen this team after an emotional loss like that. They come out flatter than a pancake the following week. It's a home game. Hopefully, this is a rival to come out more fired up. I think the biggest key to this game is the first quarter. You cannot let the Dolphins take it to you. Don't let Reggie Bush run amok. You got to come out strong. I'm gonna say 21-17 Jets. I think they're. I'm thinking the defense may step up. I really can't give you a good reason who's going to play the best to win this game. I think overall they should find a way, but it's going to be close. This is going to be no easy game. And I just want to say one more thing too. Everybody keeps saying how like the remainder of Jets' schedule is so easy. There is no easy games in the New York Jets. They play a level of their opponent every week. They play the Patriots. They play great. They can play the Jacksonville Jaguars, who they'll play right to their level. They're not some dominant team with all these great players going to kick everybody's ass. They're not that team. So stop looking down the schedule and saying, we can be 10-6. But no, there's no givens with this team. And if they lose to the Dolphins, they could be in deep trouble because Seattle has a great defense. I mean, down the line, you can find ways that every team can beat them. So I just want to say that all these fans saying how the Jets can win the division and everything else, if they don't beat the Dolphins, they are in deep trouble.
All right, well, it's a big week, and going into the bye week,
it's huge.
Got to get them.
And I tell you what, if they lose this week, I want Tony Sparano fired. I want Alf calling plays.
It's a bold prediction.
That's what I want, dude.
Wow. You heard it here first, folks.
That's it. Let's go, Jets.
Let's go.
Thank you for watching our video. Please check us out at jetsitter.com. On Facebook, I'm Tyson Rauch, and on Twitter, TRauch21. This Sunday, go to L7 Tailgate. Great tailgate, good people. And also check out DeadSeriesFightGear.net. As they've made our shirts, they have really good quality fight gear. Hopefully the Jets win this week. I'm sorry for the crazy rant. That's Alf. I'm Tyson. See you guys next week.